Welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we've got a beauty. Why do I call it a beauty? Because I love the 3-in-1s. I love them so much, I buy 3 copies every time. And you guys have seen that. I always do 3, or actually I do 4 videos. I do a video on each of the versions. That's 3 videos. And then I do a video with all 3 versions side by side. But today, this time, we're going to get a couple live streams out of it, because I'm going to build it live in front of you instead of just doing the reviews on the individual versions. So here we have it. This is set number 31167, 736 pieces, 5 minifigures, and I'm really looking forward to starting this. So there's nothing left to do but to bust this baby open and get started. So let's go ahead and change the views on the camera, and we'll get her going. Oh, this camera thing. They've changed things on me again. Sorry. Anyways, built all, there's only 3 versions, John. But yeah, I will build all 3 on camera this week, actually. And well, I got some big news for you guys. I went kind of crazy, and I bought, let's just say a few more Legos than I should have. And that order, I hope, will be here by the end of the week, maybe next week. So we've got a lot more stuff to do around here. Basically, the money that I should have used to pay off the stuff that I put in my store instead is going towards buying sets for the channel. Mr. Wicked, how's it going? And John, how you doing? How's life? How's the pup? And yeah, I'm sorry, I just got to check something here real quick. But this one only has 6 bags, so I don't think it's going to take us terribly too long to do it. So we'll go ahead and get started here. But I'm actually having a really good morning. It's been, things have just been going really well around here. Life's been very busy, very full. But you know something, I like it when things are that way, and I don't really complain, because I've definitely had a life the opposite where nothing's going on and it's completely boring. So I will take it that way. And as always, I don't want this to be boring, so let me go ahead and start off with a news of the weird. And this will leave this story. Okay, so what is the story? The story is, it's called The Finer Points of Law. Okay. A certain intern started her summer job at Sidley Austin in New York City. She made her mark by on the job and not get fired right away. I mean, like, yeah, okay, that was your first mistake. And let's see. Nope, the law firm tolerated the behavior through 5 other people. Oh my gosh, she bit 6 people. What the heck? Presumably because the biter was, quote, otherwise personable, and there was some reluctance to elevate the matter, close quote. However, employee attorney Dan Schwartz said that even if she has a disability that compels her to bite other people, the ADA does not protect an employee at the expense of another employee. Okay, yeah, that is definitely one for the weird. So how was your guys' weekend? And Wicket, you said you're working on your game. Which game you working on? Are you building a game or are you playing a game? I mean, either one's cool, but, thought I'd ask. All right, here we go. We got Mr. Lantern, Mr. Skeleton Lantern, and we've got Mr. Werewolf. Weekend good, just another day at work. Oh, you're built awesome. That is awesome. I mean, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but for my one of my previous jobs, I had to learn SQL, and I would say I'm almost an intermediate user on that. I have dabbled with C++, but not an expert either. So anyway, that's pretty cool, man. Okay. Crazy morning. The day has settled down. That's awesome, John. And you know something? After yesterday, doing a stream, I went and downstairs and I continued my project of organizing my Bricklink pieces. And speaking of Bricklink, that's where I'm being bad. I should be paying off the credit card I used to buy those Bricklink sets to put in my store, but instead I used the money to buy more sets for the channel because I've had those sets listed now for about 2 weeks and money's come in a little bit. So anyway, we do have a lot of stuff. The only thing that I ordered that was back ordered was the Arkham Asylum for Batman. Everything else looks like it's going to be like right here real soon. And we will, well, I could probably show you the stuff that I got. Oh. There we go. So you guys know that I'm a city boy trying to fake it as a country boy. And I am definitely trying to fake it. And yesterday, I was outside for part of the day, just taking care of, what do you call that? Weeds. I had weeds that were up to my top of my shoulders. And I admit I let it go this year. And so I was out there pulling weeds and got the whole front cleaned up. And then I started getting by the shop, but then I ran out of steam. That's a lot. It was a lot of weeds, man. Okay, so we're building like it kind of reminds me of Scooby-Doo, the tree that's animated. But yeah, we're just going off that, just building away. And we got good old Enzo in the corner over here. Oh, you can't really see him this time. Yeah, he's over here, and he's doing pretty good, actually. I love the fact that Enzo's usually happy. I hated seeing him scared like he used to be when I first got him. But if you're if you're one of the people that ordered for me from Bricklink, I would like to say thank you. Ever since I added those new pieces, sales have been really good, and I truly, sincerely appreciate it. Okay, so the animated tree is done. We're going to set them aside, and let's get going on this. We will have Enzo make a guest appearance. You know, this is really funny. As of today, right now, excuse me, there are 0 appointments I have this week. And that's really, really awkward because I usually have 2 or 3 appointments during the week for various things. And this is just one of those weeks where it's wide open. That might change. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, I can't exactly guarantee there won't be any appointments. In fact, when we're done here, I'm going to make a phone call. I got a thing in the mail from Idaho State University, and they were letting me know that they have electrician apprentices open. And as you guys know, last year I try it out. I called several places, and almost all of them said, no, we're not doing apprenticeships. And I got one that said, oh, yeah, we do them. I show up. Gosh, that was a horrible experience. I spent most of the day with the owner. I'm not going to say which company, but I spent most of the day with the owner. And the owner, we drove up to Park City, which, if you guys know the Winter Olympics that were held in Utah, that's Park City. Very uppity place. And the guy was like driving 100 miles an hour, and I'm not kidding, up this canyon freaking highway to get there. And meanwhile, yeah, he had one of those little, what do you call that? Oh, come on. The brand name's Juul. It's the things people smoke out of. Vaping. I'm sorry. There we go. And he had a marijuana vape. And he was doing that while he was driving us around at 100 miles an hour. And the guy never paid me for working for him either. I had to fill out a complaint with the Ohio or the Utah Labor Division, and he still hasn't paid me, even though they ruled he owes me the money. So anyway, what I'm saying is that experience didn't work out. I love this. It's supposed to be like Frankenstein, dude. That's so awesome. I'm gonna set him aside. So anyway, this guy, he's a real piece of work, and yeah. It doesn't matter anymore though, because it looks like there's other apprenticeships that are open, and they're through a college, so they're probably more legit, and they're probably going to pay you. So anyway, I'm going to call this guy here today and see if I can't conjure up something, because I still would like to be an electrician. I mean, I think I've told you guys I've done several projects, and as a homeowner, many states will let you pull your own permits and do the work. And yeah, when it came to my other house that I lived in Layton, that was brand new. The basement it was only partially finished. And so I went ahead and paid the money, or I didn't pay the money. I paid the money for this permit, and I pulled my own permit, did my work, had it inspected, and it passed in the first try. And yeah, so, and that's not the only project. I had an old farmhouse I bought in 2001. Gosh, hard to believe, it's almost 25 years ago. But we ripped out all the electrical and redid it in that house. So, yeah, I've had experience, not a lot, but you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see if I can secure myself an apprenticeship. So yeah, we're just building version 1 of the haunted house is what we're doing today. And I will have a review video. Since we're building it today, I might do a review video later today, or it might be tomorrow, but the review on this is coming out shortly. I will say one thing I don't like about it already is they're using these masonry bricks, which I love, by the way. I love how it has the, you know, the brick profile, we're going to call it. But they're not using it. They're turning it on the inside instead of the outside. And I already don't like that, because this is a beautiful brick. And, I mean, when I use these in my builds, I want them to show. So, anyway, just a small critique. I don't really know. I haven't seen the whole thing built yet, so I will reserve my final judgment until I'm finished here. But this has only got 6 bags, and we're almost at the end of bag 1. We're just going to go ahead and just finish the whole thing today, get a whole entire version done, and then probably tomorrow we'll do version 2, and And then Wednesday, version 3, unless I have an appointment that comes up, which, like I said, I'm trying to get one. So we'll see. I do like the use of this slope right here over the windows. I do think it looks nice. Kind of a little character there. Hey, Greg, how's it going? You're at IHOP. My granddaughter, Ossia, loves IHOP. Pretty much, if you give her the choice of where to eat, it's going to be IHOP. What you getting today? I was trying to remember what I usually order there, but I can't think of it right now. Oh, that's right. They have the omelets. Yeah. I think they have the bacon temptation omelet. I believe that's what that's there. If that is the place that has the bacon temptation, that's what I usually get. Oh, she's a pancake head. Yeah, she is. I miss the heck out of her, dude. I wished I could go see her right now. I thought kids was having fun, and then I had grandkids, or my kids had grandkids. But now I have grandkids, and they're even more fun than kids, let me tell you. And I hear that. I hear a lot. Oh, you don't look old enough to have grandkids. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But believe me, I am. Busted this wide open. All right, let's go. Why do I get the feeling that this is going to be a problem? This next step. I'm just looking at it, and it just looks like it's going to be a problem. I'll show you guys here in a second here. They want me to add the tree to the front here. This just looks like it's going to be a tripping hazard. Looks like with all the things sticking out, I'll bet you I'm going to knock this over about 600 times without even trying. All right. Anyway, let's get to bag number 3. Any plans for today? Yeah, I'm going to call up the University of Idaho and see if I can get myself a apprenticeship for electricity, being an electrician. I really do want to become an electrician. That was something I wanted to do last year. I just couldn't find a place that actually had an apprenticeship. Yeah. But I think I was looking in all the wrong places, to be honest with you. But I got a thing in the mail over the weekend that said, hey, we have apprenticeships. And it's through the University of Idaho, so I'm going to see if I can do that. But here you go. We got 2 characters. This guy does glow in the dark. It's daylight, so I can't really turn off the lights and you see it, but there you go. Hey, come here. Come here. And here's the channel mascot right here, Mr. Enzo. Yep, say I'm hairy and I'm stinky. My breath stinky. Yep, you're hairy like animal. What are you doing? You're a nut. Okay. I gotta get back to building, okay? Thanks. Thanks for sharing all your hair and slobber. I appreciate it. Cats are doing good. Max is kind of a funny one because when Spencer first got him, he didn't care for anybody but Spencer. And then Spencer moved out and left him behind, and Max only wanted to be around me only, even though Amanda was living with me. And then when Spencer came home, Max wanted nothing to do with me, even though I'd lived with him for almost 2 years. Just him and I, because there was a point where Amanda moved out. It was just Max and myself, and lived by, he was all over me. And then Spencer comes home and he doesn't want anything to do with me. And then now that Spencer's moved back in for a little bit, I'm gonna get something to drink. He's changed his mind. He now wants both of us. I feel bad, but I'm not letting Tux in the house. Tux, as cute as he is, I cannot deal with it. Tux is a male cat, and he's been spraying in the house, even though I got him neutered. And so it only took that happening twice, because the first time I wasn't really sure it happened. The second time I definitely knew it happened because I caught him in the act. And I've thrown him out. Of course, I cleaned it up, but it's still, I mean, if you guys ever dealt, not like I really want to talk about that, but if you guys have ever dealt with cat urine, it's disgusting. And it's hard to clean up. It's hard to get the smell out. The smell is out, and I don't smell it at all, but I'm not going to go through that every time he wants to do that. So he's an outdoor cat. And then as far as other cats that we have around here, Buddy, he's cute, and he's my gray. He's a tuxedo cat, kind of, except for he's gray instead of black and white. He's gray and white. And he's doing pretty good. He occasionally likes to come in and spend the night in my room, to which I let him because I really do. I think it's cute. He likes to sleep on my feet. Their brother, Beach Boy, I have no idea if Beach Boy's still around. Beach Boy disappeared months ago, and I haven't seen him since. And I have walked my property, and I don't see a dead cat, so I don't know what happened to him. I guess he got a better offer. I do like the picture, though. The picture is of this girl right here. Hey, Hoarder Will, how you doing? And I the other cats that came with the property, they're still around. Tango and Cash. Because you know how they say orange is the new black, that show? Well, Tango is orange, and we call him, or I'm sorry, Cash is orange. And I always say that Cash is now not green anymore, it's orange. But yeah, he's a friendly little guy too, but I don't let him in the house because I don't know him that well. And the other picture we have is of the mansion itself. And let's see if I can pull this up on the other screen here. Oh, there we go. I got to make sure not to reveal my address. So let's open up my orders and oh, that is a sad day, Hoarder. I decided to take apart my Star Wars mock. I need the build table. It's a sad day. I agree. I'm sorry you had to do that. Okay, so let me show you guys what's upcoming on this channel. I put a very large Lego order in last week, and none of it's shipped yet. So, okay. All righty. So we have the Arkham Asylum, which it was on back order when I checked it earlier this morning. Now it's saying it's in process. So I guess they must have got a couple in. So that's the first one. I have the original Arkham Asylum that came out. Oh, I don't remember when. We were living in Germany in 2008, and I had it then because I remember I had two of them. And I don't know how, but I convinced somebody to let them buy one off me, and I really didn't want to sell it because I had two of them. Anyway, I do have that one that came out way back when. And let's see. We have Wally and Eve, and I do have the original Wally. So and we got Soundwave, which my good friend Brent already has Soundwave and has already built him. I wasn't going to get him originally, but when I saw it built at my friend's house, I thought, okay, I can do this. And hello, Panda, how you doing? And Will says, all is good. I got a bunch of pics and videos at least. On to the next. And what are you doing next, by the way? If you don't mind. I mean, if you're trying to keep that under wraps, I understand. And let's see, what else do we have here? We've got the Adventure Peely and Cuddle Team Leader, which that's just a freebie. I don't really care for it. Oh, no idea. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. Then we got I do not know how to say this. This one here, the castle. It's kind of small. But the problem is if I go onto it and I come back, it shows my address. So the castle one is a must-have for me. I have seen it in person. We lived in Germany from 2008 to 2011, and like I said, we actually got to see it in person, and so it does have a special kind of, I don't know, meaning in a way because of that. So yeah, we'll be building that one, and then I got the Speed Champions. I wanted to make sure that I was all okay. What did I do? What did I do wrong? It makes no sense what I did wrong. Okay, well, let me fix this. I got the Yellow Bulldozer, the Spider-Man versus Oscorp, the Central Train Station, which I like. I just wish it was bigger. The Heavy Duty Recovery Tow Truck, I love that. The Arctic Explorer Science Lab Truck, and also the Explorers Arctic Polar Express train, love it. construction steamroller, which I don't know why I bought that one. I already have it. What the heck was I thinking? Anyway, all right, the city tower, the scrapyard with cars, the off-road police car chase, Too Fast, Too Furious, More, Speed Champions. I got the 3-in-1 medieval horse knight. Got 3 copies, or I only got 1. I thought I put 3 on there. Okay, well, all right. And then we've got the Italian Riviera, and then a freebie, the Italian van market van, which reminds me of the tuk thing that I got here. So, yeah. Anyway, we got quite a bit. Thoughts on the leaked Death Star? Well, you remember that? I think it was in Living Color. 2 guys who used to review movies, and how they used to say hated it. That's definitely where I'm at. I do not like. See, I told you I was going to knock this over. I just had a feeling because the way this is built. Yeah, so I do not like the new Death Star. It's a disc, a very kind of flat disc, and they've done other Star Wars sets, the Death Star Ultimate Collector Series, and it's actually been a whole entire spear, and it costs a heck of a lot less. I think this is a money grab. I think it's cheap. I think that I don't know if it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna sell as well because the price point being $1,000, plus being the lack of space. I think people will buy it though. Those who want the characters out of it. But that's my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts? Hoarder says, I have a city I'm working on, but that's an ongoing project. Okay. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts, like I said, about the leaked Death Star. I'm just not for it. I'm not. When I first heard they were coming out with it, before they leaked the pictures, like I'm talking about months ago, I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. And I was planning on buying it. And I saw it, and I'm like, no, I think I can live without it. I agree, Greg. It's a hard pass for me too. I might buy it still thinking, okay. So we have 2 hard passes and a maybe. Yeah, I'm just not into it. I can do a lot more in my city with $1,000 than I can buying that set. So I really do need to focus on my city more. I mean, yes, I just got through buying a whole crap ton of Lego sets, but I need to focus on my city. Hoarder says, I'm not normally of the mindset of hoping that the exclusive figs leak out of the Mexico factory, but this time around I'm fitting to make an exception. Yeah, and I've heard about that. It's kind of funny how that happens, where figures just kind of end up on the market and no one kind of knows where it came from. I think we do know where it comes from, but I'm just trying to be polite. Oh, gotta turn this around. All right, so you see it's starting to take shape. I'll tell you what I think is funny though, is that the set it's called the Haunted Mansion, but if you guys remember the set, I think it was 2012. It's set number 10228, and yeah, it was 2012 with the 2037 pieces. It was just called a haunted house, and it's a lot smaller or bigger, and it was cheaper. In fact, I know it's not built yet, the one we're doing now, but the other haunted mansion or haunted house is huge, and this one's a lot smaller, and it's called the Haunted Mansion. So I think they got that mixed up. I refuse to pay $1,000 for 5 figs. I don't need anything else in that set. I already have the dioramas of most of the figs. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. That's where I'm at too. Because, I mean, it's not like, I mean, if you think about the Star Wars universe, they can keep, this is a gold mine for them because they can just keep going and going and going with it, because it's like there's just so many characters, and I mean, and I've seen people just go nuts over these things. Oh, well, I've got to have this guy because he was in this story. Well, yeah, he was in the movie for 5 seconds. You don't need him, trust me. In fact, I think your wallet will thank you if you don't collect them. But anyway, I just don't fall for that. And then what was it that they did with the Venator? They had that exclusive character in there, and then they ended up re-releasing him in another set, so he wasn't exclusive anymore. And I forgot which character it was they did that with. But yeah, it's just really annoying that they do that, you know, because Lego has the ability at any time to no longer make that exclusive to that set. And well, you've already paid the premium, so why not? I want to buy 2 copies of Haunted Mansion. Gonna make a huge mock with the parts. That's awesome. I would love to see it, man. So we've got a little grandfather clock right here that we just built. And Enzo, thanks for sharing your hair, dude. Just opened this bag and I already got a dog hair on it. Dang it. He loves sharing because sharing is caring. All right. Let's do another News of the Weird here. And I have not read these. So this is I haven't read these, so this is a blind reaction to whatever I'm seeing here. Okay. It says, wait, what? And this is a story about Albert Cutler. He was driving home from church on July 27th, and he noticed a bald eagle. Oh, yeah, I have read this one. Oh, okay. He noticed a bald eagle flying over the highway in Wisconsin. The eagle was carrying a fish until it wasn't. As Cutler watched the fish fall, he wondered if he hit it with his car. Upon arriving home, Cutler's daughter located the fish stuck in the grill of his truck. The largemouth bass went into the family's fridge, and Cutler said it was the biggest bass he ever caught. That is super unusual, and actually, to be honest, it's kind of funny. Who would have thought that you can catch fish with your the grill of your truck? But hey, I guess you don't need a fishing permit for that, right? Or a fishing license, or what do they call? Yeah, fishing license. I don't know. I've only had a fishing license once in my whole life. I used the heck out of it too, by the way, but that's a whole nother story. I used to fish while I was on the job. So I had a job where I used to have to take customer complaints for undelivered newspapers. And if I got a call, I had to go out and do it. But the thing is, there were days that I got 0 calls. So I just kept my fishing pole in the trunk of my car, and me and another guy used to have the same job. He covered one part of the city, I covered the other. We would meet along the river and we'd do some fishing. Anyway, I might take all the dioramas and make a Death Star shell to slide them into. That'd be cool. That sounds cool. Well, guys, I was trying to keep the air conditioner off, but it's getting too warm already. So I um, I can sit there and turn it on when I'm about 30 minutes away from home, so that way it's not so warm when I get home. However, there's one frustrating thing. You can control everything, and I mean everything about the air conditioner, except for one feature. And that is the angle of the vent thing. And because this thing defaults to almost going straight up into the ceiling, so it doesn't do any good. So you can turn it on from a distance, but you can't mess with the angle of the vent. So it kind of cools the room, but not really until you get home. I guess it's better than nothing, but it is kind of frustrating. This thing's supposed to be smart, and it ain't that smart. It's kind of dumb. And John says next Friday will be Porto's first vet visit. Initial visits are about $80. Well, I hope everything goes well on that. Yeah, I did, Enzo had his vet visit a couple months back, his annual visit. So far, he's been extremely healthy. So there's been no other visits other than the annuals that I got a lot of cleaning done this weekend. Bedroom almost done. I just have to finish wiping things down daily. Yeah. Around here, the dog hair is a problem. So I did vacuum up here yesterday, by the way. I love the cemetery. And I've had cities before where I've built cemeteries. But it was back before this tile existed. This, I forgot what you call that shape. And long story short, guys, I am not sponsored by Lego. Lego does not give me anything free but the gifts with purchases, which are the same things you guys can get. And I'm not saying that. The reason I'm saying that is because I just want you guys to know that whatever I say on here is my own opinion. And Mrs. Chip gets done with her training on Saturday. I'm not really sure what that means for me, because she lives in Texas. I live in Idaho. So she's going to be home, but just not my home. And I don't think I'm going to be able to sneak down there and see her at all. I kind of wish I could, but Well, not kind of. I'm sorry, that sounded wrong. I wish I could sneak down there and see her, but yeah, you'll both be fine. Yeah, no, I mean, I know we've been separated for, oh gosh, how many years now? 6 years, 7 years. I love the fact they built a piano. This is so awesome. It's actually an organ. It looks like. Skipping ahead in the instructions a little bit. Well, there's also the fact that if I go see Mrs. Chip, I'm really close to my granddaughter, so I'd probably be able to go see her too. So that's kind of the main driver there, is just, I mean, of course I want to see the wife, but seeing the granddaughters is definitely a bonus. I'm making lunch still here. Awesome. Actually, I need to. I haven't eaten yet either, man. I only woke up maybe about an hour before the live stream, and that's kind of crunch time for me because, I mean, I know it doesn't seem like there's much preparation. You open a box and all that. No, there actually is technical stuff you got to do, and plus, like, I got to make sure that there's no noises going on around the house, that, like, the dishwasher's not running, and there's preparations you got to do, and it's always crunch time. So yeah, I didn't eat because of that. What you having there? What you having for lunch, if you don't mind? Make it something good so it makes me even more hungry. I'm just kidding. So we have a double window going on this one. That's pretty cool. Windows, doors, chairs, seats, and Lego are all items I don't feel like I'd ever can own too many. Steak sub and salad. Oh, awesome. I used to like buying the hoagie bread. So my friend Brent, he has a friend who owns a print shop, and I told Brent I could use a few stickers. So he's preparing stickers for the next batch, and so I asked him to make me some stickers for my city and include it on the page because there was room. So I'm going to have some professional done stickers in my city. And they're going on the first. I mean, this is my first time doing it, so I might do more later. But basically, what he does is he does the. He's going to do the stickers for the lockers. Because I put a bunch of lockers in the subway station thing. You know what that reminds me of, though, Hoarder? You ever seen the movie Fletch, where he puts the lunch on the Underhill's bill? And he's like, what would you have? What would you like for lunch, sir? I'll put it under Hill's bill. He goes, a steak sandwich, and a steak sandwich. Boy, I'm really giving up my age, ain't I? IHOP was delicious. Awesome, dude. Like I said, IHOP brings back good memories to me. My granddaughter always asks. And I have 2 granddaughters. But honestly, I'll say this. I honestly don't know my youngest granddaughter all that well. And it's because she was born after my daughter moved to North Carolina. And I'm in Idaho, so, the distance is a problem. And not just that, but my daughter went in the Marines, and she left my granddaughter with the dad's parents. And that is a problem because they are good people. Actually, they're really good people. The problem is they don't speak a lick of English. And so I cannot call them and say, hey, I would like to speak with my granddaughter, because they don't know what the heck. And so that the distance and the fact that I can't communicate with her right now really kind of puts the damper on the whole deal. But I've heard that my daughter's going to be done with her training in October. And when she's done with it, then she gets the kids back, and I will make a much better effort to keep in touch with the other granddaughter. Yes, my youngest granddaughter speaks both Spanish and English. So, for some of you who don't know, I'll tell you, my youngest granddaughter is half Puerto Rican. And so, yeah, the parents, the other grandparents on the other side, they speak Spanish. And they have lived in the States for a long time, but they just never. And I'm not faulting them for it. People, I've seen plenty of people do that, where they come here and they just don't learn the language, and they have their reasons, I'm sure. And I'm not here to be a jerk and criticize them. And they are good people. They do take care of my granddaughter really well. So my great niece speaks both. I think you meant Spanish. Is that panic hand English? Okay. I think you meant something else, John. It got lost in translation. I'm sorry. That was a dumb joke. Oh, auto type. I have 3 conversations to go. That's cool, John. I get it. All right, we just opened the last bag, so we'll see what we have in store for us here. All right. Panican is those people do when they're hired to be a sign languager but lied on their application. All right. So you guys know my mom's deaf, so I know a ton of deaf jokes. And believe it or not, my mom's actually told me most of them, so they're at least approved by one deaf person. So here's one of them. What did Helen Keller do when she fell down the well? Well, she screamed her hands off. This one's a sick joke. Why can't Helen Keller have kids? Because she's dead. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a true story. It's kind of messed up, but growing up, my family liked to joke around a lot. And I remember, so my mom, even though she's deaf, she only signs with other deaf people. She can read lips, and she actually is a really good lip reader. Um, and so she just, with hearing people, she just reads lips, and she's good. Um, but my dad and my mom used to like joke around with each other. I guess that's where I get it with my wife. Always joking with her, but um, I remember my mom's friend Nancy was over one time, and Nancy's also deaf. And they were sign languaging back and forth, having a conversation. And I mean, I don't know sign language, so I didn't know what they were saying. My dad apparently did, and because he knows sign language. And in the middle of their conversation, my dad just flips the light switch off so they couldn't, so their conversation ended. He turned it right back on, but yeah, he turned it off on them. Oh, I'll tell you something else that's pretty cool. If you guys didn't know this about the deaf community, I've actually been to plays before, real live, like live plays, where there are deaf actors and everything, the whole entire thing's in sign language. And of course, I didn't understand much of it because I don't sign, but I went with my mom, and that was what was important. She got to see something she wanted to see. It's pretty cool, though. Oh, this is not sitting right. There we go. Okay, so we have a ghost in the windows. What we have. Well, awesome. You know, this construction of this thing's really, really just putting me off. It's weird. We are on the last bag. This is almost finished. I do think this is a very well, I could say it two ways. I could say it's a unique build, or I could say it looks like a cheap build. I think I'm gonna go with both. And I'm just not seeing it. This is a $90 set. I'm really not seeing the $90 worth of value in this. I wonder how much that Ghost 4 goes online. I bet you, I can look that up real quick. I'll bet you the Ghost is pretty expensive on Bricklink. Let's see. Oh, you really want my password? Really? Oh, they don't have the inventory and I can't look it up. Okay, well, there you go. Lettuce, tomato, cucumber, hard-boiled egg, bacon bits, shredded cheese, and ranch dressing with a steak sub. That's awesome. Yep, you did the trick all right. You got me hungry. I was already hungry, but I don't know what I'm having for lunch today. Take a look and see what I got downstairs. What is it with Lego pieces and hiding from us? I swear I've already looked there and it ain't there, and then all of a sudden it pops up. I haven't made a lunch like that for myself in ages. Well, it's awesome, dude, though. Like, sounds like you enjoyed it. I mean, I made a pretty good dinner last night. I did pork chops and this broccoli and rice thing, and it was not out of the. It wasn't one of those bags where you add water. It was actually boiling, cooking the rice and cooking the broccoli and coming up with the cheese sauce and then we had corn on the cob with it. It's pretty dang good. I don't cook like that very often either. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, dude. Only if other people are around do I act like I'm civilized. That's all I. That's what I call it. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me on that one. The civilized part. And there's that trend on TikTok. We listen, but we don't judge. And then they say the most messed up stuff in the world. I'm sorry. Nah, I don't play that game. Not that I'm an overly judgmental person, but dude, if you're going to tell me you did some messed up stuff, you're going to get a messed up reaction. Yeah, I mean, when I'm by myself, ramen noodles is a staple around here. And my son thinks I'm weird for this, but I actually like to add meatballs, cut them up, like cut a meatball in half, several of them, and stick it in my ramen noodles. I think it's really good. My son thinks I'm weird. I might have said I won't judge, but if you tell me your dad is your mom's brother or your sister or uncle, I'm going to judge. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, sure, I mean, I'll try not to be a jerk or, be judgmental, but heck, if you're going to tell me something really stupid, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go like, well, that's not weird at all. Yeah, it is weird as ever. What you talking about? Oops, I left a piece out. I'll have to fix that. All right. Well, there's version 1. It's a one and done. No, I'm just kidding. I have 2 other ones, 2 other versions here. So our box is brand new, and we'll build those. I don't know if we'll build it tomorrow or not, but here is Frankenstein. Hey, Spencer. And then we got the wolf, werewolf here. We got the ghost. And we've got a skeleton. He's got no guts. Oh, why don't you stream in vertical? I heard YouTube. They do prefer on shorts. And hey, Scott's Blocks, how you doing? I've got my hands on one of these so far. I really like the rebrickable with 3 of them. And something, I'm going to have to check that out because I'm having trouble with this one because I feel like it's a very cheap knockoff of the original. And let me see if I can slide this over just a little bit. Yeah, I just feel like this is this 3-in-1. I feel like it's a cheap copy of this other one, but I agree with you, Will. I think it's the economy version, and also, I mean, this came out in 2012, 13 years ago, and we all know it's been out of production for over 10 years. So maybe they did this one just for those people who said, you know what, I didn't have the money, or maybe I wasn't collecting Lego, whatever it might be. They didn't have a chance to get this one. So they said, okay, we're going to do this one. And like you said, Rebrickable's got one where you have 3 and you can build a bigger one. So maybe that's why they did. So I think it's a good thing for you know, that they redid it. So they have their reasons. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to end the stream, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to have another one tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to do version 2 or not, but you guys have a great night or great afternoon, and be good to each other and stay safe out there. And I'll catch you on the next one.